turn the camera on looking like any ass thing. But I look pretty good for a sick person. What y'all think? It really don't matter. Because one thing I want to make perfectly clear, I don't do this shit for the aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cute every day. So, whether I'm dolled up or not, the message will go forth. Because that's what it's about, right? It ain't about, how I'm looking, what I got on when I show up. It's about what I'm talking about, the energy that I bring, the love and the light that I spread. And so, here we are, midday, in my pajamas and my robe like a rich white lady. I hope that you all are doing well as I am recovering. Um, oh, I did not know that this cat was out here with me today. My neighbor's cats love my property. Like, they kick it over here all day and night. And it's fine with me because they keep the mice away. And they remind me of the importance of independence, which we're going to talk about a little bit. Because in our last episode of Soulful Sundays, we talked about being a child of the light and what that means and why it's so important that we choose hope. Like, so many of us are in such a transitory stage or place in our life, and we are going through an initiation. So I hope that reading gave you some clarity as to why you're going through what you're going through right now, especially if you identify as a light worker, and how to move throughout these energies. So we're gonna dig a little deeper with the leftovers, take what we have and make something fresh and renewed um, of it. And so I first want to expound on the fact that it's cancer season, y'all. Already it's cancer season. And cancer energy, I think, is often underestimated because it's a water energy. And when most people think of water energies, they think of Pisces and Scorpio, because those energies tend to be real intense. But Cancer ain't no hoe either now. At all. Cancer ain't no hoe, because for one thing, Cancer, much like Scorpio, carries that energy of that water energy of emotion, but because they're also adaptable and also know how to thrive on land and travel land, you won't know the depths of a Cancer or Scorpio's emotions truly, because those still waters run so fucking deep. So understand that because we are in Cancer season, you may have some emotional experiences, you may have some things that kind of rise to the top to be healed, dealt with, faced, because Cancer is represented by the crab. And crabs, as we all know, have a hard exterior. That's to protect themselves. If you know a Cancer personally, then you know a Cancer sun sign personally, then you may have observed that they carry this tough exterior, that they're okay, everything's fine, they got things in control, or they even would keep a like even damn, I just had the word like so in the forefront of my mind, even keel temperament. But underneath, hey kitty, y'all, this kitty cat has like turquoise eyes, but it's white. I've been having such experiences with cats here lately. You ain't gotta go. You can stay. You good. You welcome. He looking at me like, should I stay or should I go? You can stay, sugar. You ain't bothering me. went on through his little hole. I'm not a threat. You don't have to go in crab mode. But that is what that energy is like literally, like cancer energy is like that, being an emotional being, wanting to be vulnerable, wanting to show up and be your authentic self and express how you feeling and all of that. But it's a matter of feeling safe enough to. If you make a cancer feel safe enough to be vulnerable, you have really created a safe space energetically for that individual, because they don't allow themselves to be open and vulnerable with any and everybody. Also, cancers are synonymous with maternal energy, and so you may find that if you are a cancer, or you know a cancer personally, that that either have like attachments to their mothers, or there's some wound there with their mothers as it relates to their moms. Um, a cancer man, you may very well find, is attracted to older women who exude nurturing energy, or they're clingy because they like to be nurtured and loved on all the time, and affirmed all the time. Um, so you may find that some of those energies kind of are either what you're needing to tap into, or what you find yourself innately and organically tapping into in this season. So I'm letting y'all know so it don't catch you off guard that that is Cancer season. Energy represented by the crab, and the crab is known to roam the land and the sea. So that's being adaptable, being resourceful, and knowing how to not only survive but thrive emotionally as well as in the physical realm. What I am saying is that a lot of us, especially as high priests and high priestesses, um, we have been in such a high priestess energy of going inward and tapping into our intuition, learning how to follow our intuition, strengthen our intuition, and tapping into things of a spiritual and emotional nature. We tapping into how to work with our crystals and meditating and different forms of meditation, astral travel, and past life activations, and the Akashic, tapping into the Akashic records. We're taking our sound baths and things of that nature, but we're also needing to be grounded. We're needing to enhance how we thrive in this 3D world. We need to pay our bills and make sure that our financial debts and the responsibilities are taken care of. We're needing to take care of our physical bodies and vessels and detox, y'all. Because we are in the summer solstice, it is so important that we eat light. It's time out for all that heavy eating. That's winter type of eating. It's summer, and it behooves us energetically, as we are uh, amping up our spiritual hygiene, to eat lighter. Salads. Some may say it's a little too damn hot for soup, but if you want to do a soup, if you can fathom a soup in the summer, do your soup. Something light though, not nothing too hearty. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a lot of potatoes. You don't want a lot of pasta. You want fresh, life-giving foods like fruit and vegetables, juices. I'm not saying turn full vegetarian or any of that. I'm really an advocate of doing what you feel intuitively led in terms of your health and wellness. Your body knows what it needs, and if you can tap into your intuition, it's going to tell you what you need. I'm all for a sweet treat, but get you something light. Don't get something that's going to give you the itis instantly and you tapped out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to drain you energetically. It's going to lower your frequency. And that's not what you want. You want to eat things that are not only life-giving, but are nurturing and nourishing. It's Cancer season. You got to do the nourishing thing. You know what I'm saying? You have to reparent your inner child. And you can do that by being mindful of what you eat. And that don't mean like quit all your bad eating habits cold turkey. but just incorporating more um, intentional, healthy, light, nurturing foods into your living. We're not gonna use the word diet if we can help it, because the word diet is a derivative of dying, and the only thing we're trying to kill or want to die is these bad habits. And we want to more so be intentional of how we're living, things that promote living, and that brings me to just talking more about the sun. Again, as high priests and high priestesses, we tend to tap into the moon energy more. We like to follow the dictates of the moon cycles and worship the moon. But we also have to have balance and give reverence to the sun. Father Son needs our, well, don't need, but would like to have our love and attention, and to be celebrated as well. So we've approached the summer solstice um, in the Western Hemisphere, and I know y'all ain't over there arguing while I'm doing my video. Don't bring that energy around here, neighbors. I sleep got quiet to be nosy. But anyway, I think they just was having a little spat right then. Don't do that. Love, peace, and hair grease. Like, chill out. Where was I? The sun. Summer. Yeah. We're needing to be more grateful for the energy of the sun. We have to have balance. And there is no worship, reverence, um, celebrating the moon and not the sun. We have to celebrate our light and our dark. We have to celebrate the day and the night, our feminine and our masculine, our good and our quote unquote bad, our shadow and our light. So this is that time of the year where we give the sun its just due. It's blessing us with more time to spend with it, and so we are needing to be intentional about how we are doing it. There's so many different ways that we can thank the sun. I mean, just getting up in the morning, thanking the sun for rising, and you being allowed to rise with it is a way to be in a spirit of gratitude toward the sun. Make you some sun tea like the old folks used to do. I could have sworn, I used to wonder why my grandma would have that big old iced tea jar outside in the backyard. She had this iced tea jug with a yellow top on it, and it had sunflowers around it. And little did I know that she was making sun tea, and that is something that our culture has been synonymous with forever. It's an ancient practice. You get your spring water, your fresh water, and you put your several tea bags in there, whatever tea of your choice, and you let it sit out in the sun for a few hours and let the sun brew that tea for you. And you also, as you are doing it, not only are you incorporating the benefits of whatever that tea is from Mother Earth, but you are also soaking in that solar energy as well. And so that's a great way for you to give gratitude to the sun, a great way for you to benefit from the energy of the sun. Sunbathing is a way to tap in and incorporate energy from the sun. Now, I'm all for using your sunscreen so that you can preserve the integrity of your skin. But if you have, say, a privacy fence or an area where you can get you some privacy, take them clothes off and let the sun bathe you. Let it drip all over your body. Is that Martin? All over your body. Yeah, I think that's Martin from You So Crazy. Yeah. Some other ways that you can tap in with the sun: burn your candles, yellow candles, orange candles, and just pray and give thanks to the sun and ask the sun to provide you with light and clarity, with strength and confidence, with all of the energy synonymous with the sun. Study the Egyptian sun god Ra, and Ra's significance of providing life force energy and nurturing um, the plants, the animals, the earth. Like, y'all, where would we be without the warmth, without the life giving energy of the sun? As you move forward in this, as a child of light, in this Cancer season, enjoying the summer season, tap into the energy of and be intentional about benefiting from the energy of the sun. We have a new moon in Cancer coming up, so you definitely want to use that energy to manifest. You want to work with your crystals that are synonymous with the sun or even Cancer energy. I'm not sure which crystals are relative to uh, Cancer, but I know clear quartz is always a good one. Clear quartz you can use for any sign because it is an amplifier, and it's going to amplify whatever energy it's already in the midst of. So you definitely want to work with your clear quartz. Work with your yellow and orange crystals like citrine and orange calcite and sunstone. Trying to think what are some other crystals that would be awesome to work with during this time. You absolutely want to work with your rose quartz as you are working with your inner child. If inner child wounds or things that are coming up to be healed, work with your rose quartz, because that rose quartz is going to make you feel like that hug that you need at that time when you were remembering something that happened in your childhood that traumatized you. It's going to promote self-love and self-care. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to pull a few cards from the I'm going to start with the Numinous Astro deck, and then we're going to move to the Secret Language of Color cards, because summer is synonymous with color. Every color of the rainbow in its most vibrant uh, variation on the spectrum. And we're wanting to tap into those energies, that colorful energy, as we are intentional about our healing and moving about our day. Throw you some vibrant colors on. Put on your yellow t-shirt. Don't just put on a red t-shirt. Put on a vibrant, fiery red t-shirt. Remind you of moving throughout your day and throughout life with passion. Tap into that fire energy. So, Spirit, what message do you have for the collective from the Numinous Astro deck as we navigate the energies of this Cancer season as children of light? Ooh, listen. First of all, we got Saturn. And we are currently, if I'm not mistaken, hold on, in a Saturn retrograde. Saturn being the planet of wisdom, discipline, structure, time, responsibility, tests. And we going through initiation. And it's been one after the other after the other. By now, if y'all been rocking with me, then you should know what this shit look and feel like. Like, you could be going through something, and as you're sitting in reflection, you'll begin to realize, oh shit, this is another initiation. I'm leveling up as a spiritual being, as a light. In this very time and era that we're in, like, there's some things shifting within me, and there's going to soon be an expression of it outside of me. Okay, I got this. Ambition, difficulty, restraint, grounding, practicality, self-control, tradition, realism, container, bones, maturity, gravity, and scaffolding. You are absolutely going to gain more wisdom and knowledge as you mature through these initiations. That's what it's all about. It's like a rite of passage, you know what I'm saying? When you go from one phase of your growth to another, you have to be tested to make sure that you're ready for all the responsibility that comes along with that moving forward. Like the crab. You know, the crab sheds its exterior, its shell, as it moves from early age into adulthood. And at that point, it's most vulnerable, because without its shell, it's subject to the dangers around it, and therefore has to learn to be more adaptable as one who once had a shell and is going through a period where it doesn't have a shell. So that's something that we can learn from, in terms of the spirit totem of, the crab, and know that we're going to come out on the other side with more wisdom. As we go into Leo season, because Leo, y'all, next up, King of the Jungle, also represent Leo represents the lovers, making a choice between vice or virtue. Because see, by the time you get this wisdom, you know good and well what your vices are, and you also know what virtue looks like for you, and you are at a crossroads and faced with a choice. Damn, am I going to continue to invest my time and energy into my vices, or am I going to take the virtuous path and see what God has in store for me? See what lies ahead as I follow my light, as I show up in this world as a child of the light. Leo energy, it's expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, self-confident. That's that solar plexus activation and healing that we're going through, because we're needing to have the confidence to step out and show our divine talents and invest in our craft as an independent, sovereign being. It takes confidence to do that, especially when you are coming out of codependence. And that's a huge energy for us during this season as well. Learning to be like the crab and be self-reliant, and stop depending on others to pull us out of the holes that we've dug for ourselves. Depending on others to pull us out of the prisons of our own creation, and being independent and not codependent, not using what mama and them did, daddy and them did, sisters, uncles, cousins, play cousins, whatever they did, no matter how traumatic it was. Stop not using that as an excuse to behave the way we behave, but showing up as an independent being with our own values and beliefs and ideas. It's time out for that fraudulent being that has gotten you to this point. And it's time for us to show up as our authentic selves, invested in our craft, our mission, our life purpose. So those are the three cards that came out here. What the hell is on the top and the bottom? Sheesh. With this Saturn Leo 6th house energy. If you have your birth chart, look into what's in your 6th house, because that's going to tell you, that's going to speak to you about work in your life, your attention to or your lack thereof of detail, health, well-being, diet. Didn't we just talk about diet? Service, your daily rituals, your contribution, organization, purification, skills, apprenticeship, and method. So your 6th house really speaks to your way of being, like how you go about doing things. At the top of the deck, we have Aquarius, the innovator. Y'all, we are in the age of Aquarius, and it is calling for us to be more innovative about our approach to living, and not just in our personal life, but collectively we're being called to be more innovative. And at the bottom of the deck, Trine, flow. How do you, or where do you need to surrender and go with the flow? For some of y'all cannot relinquish their control. Some of us cannot relinquish our control, where we think we run some shit and surrender to the Most High and just be in the flow. Again, Cancer season, that's water energy. You gotta learn how to navigate these waters. So we're gonna see what color we're needing to work with before we wrap up. Here, please clarify this message by providing color we're needing to work with as we intentionally heal and thrive in Cancer season. What's the message for your people spirit? Even better, being led to pull one. I chop this deck up a little bit. Even though it's gonna end up being 3. So at the top of the deck, no, it's going to be to lilac. What did I tell y'all? It's Soul Food Sundays. Strengthen your faith. We've been talking about hope and faith for a minute now, because the spirit is recognizing that, yeah, you're going through something. You're not certain about something. You on rocky, shady ground. The path is not as clear as you would like it to be, or you're used to it being. Shit being shook up in your life. But it's meant to strengthen your faith. So if in any way you can work, break it down to a 6. That's the number 42. That's that 6 energy. Check out that 6-6 portal reading if you have not already. Us being in the month of June, the 6th month of the year, the halfway point, you absolutely want to check in and do an assessment of where you may need to strengthen your faith. God is calling you to take a leap of faith in some area of your life, and you fighting that thing. Quit fighting. I keep telling y'all, your arms are too short to box with God, honey. Let it go. Find a way to work with the color lilac. Lilac clothing, lilac nail polish, which is one of my favorite polish colors. Incorporate some lilac in your home. Light a lilac candle. Lilac is a soft version of purple, tapping into your intuition and your third eye, but not doing it in such an intense way that you're not tending to your physical realm, the things in the physical realm, your physical responsibilities, the things you need to do in your everyday life in a way that you can't be grounded. You know what I'm saying? You gotta remember to be grounded also and have balance. Because at the bottom of the deck, we're being called to awaken our empathy with the color turquoise. Listen, understand that as you're going through what you're going through, as things are happening for you and not to you, you are more than likely an empathic being. You're sensitive to energies, and you can't operate the way everybody else operates. So while people are giving you advice and telling you what to do and trying to push you in this direction and that direction, those individuals may not be as empathic as you. They may not be as tapped in as you, nor do they have the desire a lot of times, and that's okay. That is more reason why you are led to do your own thing. Be a sovereign being, be an independent being, and not be codependent on somebody else's advice or somebody else's help or what somebody else has done to you. If you don't do nothing else before you leave this world, if you're listening to this, God is calling you to be your authentic self. The motto for Turquoise Majesty is to thine own self be true. And once you start out on that journey, you come to learn that you've had a lot of outside influence that have contributed to who you show up as. But that's not who you are. And that's the journey. So with that being said, y'all, I am going to open my books back up for maybe a week or so. Like I said, I have oral surgery scheduled on July 8th, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to recover. From that point on, my books will be closed, so you better get in where you fit in, because I'm going to be drawing a hard line after that date, just to give myself time to recover from having not 1, 2, or 3, but 4 extractions, 3 wisdom teeth, and another tooth that needs to be pulled. So yeah, y'all, lots of construction going on over here, inside and out. I am in a transitory stage along with you all as I shift from being a full-time employee to full-time entrepreneurship. God is blessing me with the opportunity to make that transition, and so I'm right here with y'all, needing to strengthen my faith and awaken my empathy and work with the color lilac and work with the color turquoise. So if you have some turquoise crystal, you have some turquoise clothing, if you could find a way to meditate using the color turquoise or the frequency of turquoise, because all of it's energy, y'all. It's all energy. By all means, tap into that. Make sure that you're eating light. Make sure that you're taking care of your business in the physical realm, be it with your body, your home, your surroundings. Just taking care of financial matters. If you're being led to start a garden, that's a great way for you to develop a grounding practice. One of the easiest ways to ground is to earth. Um, and just make sure that you're tapping in, y'all. Tap in and make sure that you are achieving balance in your life. Make sure that you're being adaptable. Know when to be vulnerable and when to defend yourself, like the crab. And always nurture yourself. Always tap into your divine feminine great mother energy and nurture yourself. So with that being said, y'all, that's been the leftovers, honey. And I will see y'all on the other side of things with another episode of Soul Food Sundays. But until then, I hope this message found you well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it's leaving you well. Peace.